Okay, so what do you get if you buy a $60 toy drone from Temu? This is it, just 60 bucks. It came with a headset, a remote controller, and 2 batteries. So let's see what it looks like inside. All right. So it looks like some prop guards, some manuals, spare props, and then the drone itself. Here we go. It's very light. Going to be probably very subject to wind. Super light. Lighter than any DJI drone I have. We get back in here a little further. Here is the headset. Definitely not a high dollar headset, but we'll see if it works. And controller. Looks like it folds out for a phone. And we also get a spare battery. All right, so let's get some batteries charged up and we'll see how this thing works. All right, so they sent this little scrap of paper with a QR code to download the Wi-Fi app for your phone. So the site was not secure, but we'll give it a try anyways. So it did go to the Google Play Store, so I think we're going to be okay. It is installed. Let's see what happens next. Okay, so we downloaded the app. Everything went fine with that. And it's not going to be the greatest video clarity. It appears to be analog, but it does work, so that's one step in the right direction. Well, let's see if she flies. Yeah, look at that. Flies pretty good. Doesn't stay put very well. But it works, somewhat at least. Definitely not flying like a high quality DJI drone. Very touchy, but it does fly. It doesn't want to stay in one spot. As you can see, it's moving around a fair amount. But I can't complain for 60 bucks. Better than I thought it would be, I guess I'd have to say. Blowing everything off the table. Yeah, it's hanging in there, so far so good. We'll try her outside next. So we've also determined that the VR headset works. It is showing the image from the camera of the drone. Not sure it's going to be clear enough. My eyes don't focus that close. Don't see a focus adjustment on it. But I'm surprised for 60 bucks they can get the kind of technology that actually throws a picture into a headset. That's pretty impressive. Okay, so I have determined that the phone app works with the drone camera. The VR headset also works with the drone camera, but they don't both work at the same time. So if you're going to fly with your phone as your viewfinder, you can't use the headset also. Or you can obviously use the headset, but not the phone. Now, the one thing I've noticed is there doesn't appear to be a way to adjust the focus on this. And also, I'll comment, this did not work until I put a micro SD card in there. Now it seems to work, but I can't use it because I don't believe there's a way to focus it. And at my age, I don't see up close that well. I would need glasses or some kind of a corrective lens. So the headset's not going to be much good to me, but it does fly okay. I'll take you outside and show you how we did. So it doesn't take much wind to make this pretty difficult. Let's try her again. The camera's still working. I'm not sure it's going to fly any better this time, but we'll give it a try. There we go. I'm not sure why I had so much trouble the first time, but I sure did. It's almost like it just the first time wasn't responding to my controls. Seems to be doing okay now, though. But it doesn't take much wind to make it really wishy-washy. So this really is more frustration than a tool or toy. But hey, for 60 bucks, it's pretty cool to know that it does actually work. So again, I don't think I'd waste my 60 bucks on it other than for an experiment, but it worked out okay for what we did. All right, so what did we learn? It doesn't fly very well. The wind caught it and took it beyond the controller range pretty quickly, so there's that risk. But I guess for 60 bucks, it's a toy. I wouldn't expect it to last long. It's extremely lightweight. The battery weighs almost nothing. The headsets don't appear to be workable for an older person that is farsighted. The controller, as far as using it, really doesn't fit my phone. I do use a big phone because I can't see very well, but it worked, but it was pretty risky. I would say that probably the biggest thing is the controller itself. Not like I'm experienced with DJI, and they react every time you push a joystick. It does what you think it will. This did most of the time, but sometimes it didn't, and I really didn't understand why. At one point in the video where we lost it, it bounced off my garage roof and flew into the neighbor's yard and was still flying around until I ran around the corner and got to where it could talk to the controller and made it land. So if it gets out of range, looks like it's just going to keep going. There's no automatic shutdown or landing from what I can see. So probably not something I'd recommend. I'd say for 60 bucks, you're much better off buying something a little higher end, especially if you could still get DJI products when you're watching this. The Mini 2 SE is only like 290 bucks, and it's 20 times the drone this is. So that's my take on it. It was a toy. Not worth much, and probably not worth the 60 bucks I paid for it, but it was a fun experiment to try out. I flew it one final time, and I guess my comment would be I turned the speed up, so it reacted much quicker to the controls. That was a good thing, but it's still very subject to any wind. It probably would fly okay on a windless day, but if you let it hover, next thing you know, it's blowing over towards a car, or it even actually spins around when the wind hits it. So it's definitely not a GPS controlled drone, which makes everything so much easier. Again, I hate to keep saying DJI, but that they've got it working, and they're so stable, it's incredible. So that's what you get for $60 for a Chinese drone from Temu.